Hi, I'm Shelley and welcome to my tutorial. Today I'm going to show you how to make a little pretty baby cardigan for a little girl with short sleeves. The cardigan, not the little girl. It's in double knitting. I'm using Snuggly, Serdar Snuggly, and a 4mm crochet hook. And we're going to start by chaining 53 stitches. I should mention that this is for a newborn to 3 months, and if you want to make a smaller size for a premature baby, for example, you can just go a hook size smaller. If you want to make a larger size, I'll put the instructions on the screen for that. So just for the moment, chain 53 to get started. So for the first row, we're going to treble crochet into the first stitch, second stitch from the hook, and then we're going to treble crochet into the next 6 stitches. And into the next stitch we're going to work a divide stitch, or you could call it a corner stitch. So we're going to treble crochet 1, chain 1 and treble crochet 1 all into the same stitch, and then you're going to treble into the next 9 stitches. And then another divide stitch to follow the 9 treble crochets, treble, chain 1 and treble into the same stitch, and then you're going to treble crochet into the next 16 stitches. And then another divide stitch, treble, chain, treble, half treble I should say, into the same stitch, and then half treble for 9, and then one last divide stitch, half treble, chain 1, half treble, and then just half treble into the rest of the stitches, of which there should be 7. Now for the next row, now I know people normally start with a chain 2 for a row of treble crochets, but I prefer to pull a loop up and then just work a treble crochet into the first stitch, because I personally feel that it gives a neater finish on the edge. So you're going to treble crochet up to the divide stitch from the previous row, and then you're going to half treble, chain 1, half treble into the divide stitch from the row below, and then you're just going to go back to half trebles again, and basically that's all you have to do. You have to work in half trebles and then work a half treble, chain 1, half treble into the divide space is, and then finish with a half treble into the last stitch. And then you will start to see, as you work along the rows, a very definite shape emerge, because this is a top-down cardigan. So here we go into the next half treble, chain one, half treble, and just continue to repeat those rows until your work measures approximately 4 inches. So the next thing I'm going to do is the join row. Excuse me. So we're going to pull up a loop and work a half treble, and then we're going to work 1 half treble, and then we're going to work 2 half trebles into the next stitch, and 1 half treble and 2 half trebles into the next stitch, and then continue that to the first divide stitch. So then you're going to work a half treble into the divide stitch, and then you're going to go across to the next, oh no, sorry, missed out the chains, I beg your pardon, chain 5, and then go across to the next divide stitch and half treble into that stitch, and then 1 treble, 1 half treble, and then 2 half trebles into the next stitch, and continue with the 1 half treble and the 2 half trebles until you get to the next divide stitch. Please excuse my croaky voice. And then when you get to the divide stitch, do exactly the same again, and chain 5 and across to the other divide stitch. In this way we'll be separating the body from the arms. So just continue like that until the end of the row, and then work a half treble into the half treble from the previous row. So for the next row, all we're going to do is pull up the loop, treble crochet into the first stitch, and then we're going to treble crochet across all stitches, including the 5 chains, and then that's when we'll join in a new colour and start the pattern. So just work a treble crochet all across here, into the 5 chains, across here, into the 5 chains, and across here. So at this point we're going to join in the white. So I'm going to pull out the last stitch and then put the hook through 3 stitches that are there and pull the white yarn through. And then I'm going to work a double crochet into the very first stitch, like so, and then skip 2 stitches and work a shell into the next stitch, which is 5 treble crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then you're going to skip 2 stitches again and double crochet into the next stitch, skip 2 stitches and work a fan into the next stitch, another 5 treble crochet, and then miss 2 stitches and work a double crochet, and just repeat that sequence right across to the end of the row. So at the last stitch we're going to snip off the white and we're going to join in the 3rd colour for the last stitch in the round. And we're going to work a double crochet into the last treble, and turn. So for the next row in the new colour we're going to chain 3 and then we're going to treble 2 into the first double crochet, and then we're going to do a double crochet into the centre of the shell, and then we're going to do a shell into the next double crochet from the previous row, so 5 trebles, and then again we're going to do a double crochet in the center of the previous shell, and that's pretty much the whole row. We're going to double crochet into the middle of the shell and we're going to work a shell into the double crochet until you get to the end of the row, and end the row with a double crochet into the middle of the last shell, and then a treble crochet into the last stitch and turn. And now we're going to rejoin the pink, so we'll pull out the yarn from the treble and we'll pull through the pink and then chain 1, and then we'll work 1 double crochet into the first stitch, and we'll work a shell into the next double crochet, so that's this one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then a double crochet into the middle of the shell from the previous row, and then 5 treble shell into the one double crochet from the previous row. And then a treble into the middle of the shell, and a shell into the next double crochet, and just continue that sequence to the end, and then just end the row with a double crochet into the first stitch. And then that's it. Just repeat the last 2 rows until your work measures about 6 inches from where you started the pattern. So now we need to rejoin the pink, because we're going to now do a border of double crochet. So you're just gonna double crochet into the first stitch, and then into every other stitch right to the end. And we're going to do 4 rows of this double crochet border. So just keep working the double crochets into each stitch, and then work a double crochet into the double crochet at the end of the row, and then repeat the row 3 more times. So now we're going to place stitch markers where we want the buttons. Or I should say the buttonholes. So we've got 3 buttons. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 rows between. So we'll go 1, 2, 3. Place the 3rd marker into there. I think it needs to go down 1. So yeah, we're only going to be doing 3 buttons, and once we've done that, we need to go back to where we left off at the 4 rows of border, and we're going to start by chaining 1 and working into the sides of the border, and then just continue working along the edge until you get to the top. And when you get to the corner, just double crochet 3 stitches into that corner stitch, and then just continue to work double crochets into each stitch along the neckline and the back. And then when you get to the next corner, double crochet 3 again and continue down to the bottom. So now we've got to the end, we're going to chain 1 and double crochet into the next stitch, and exactly as before we're going to just double crochet into each stitch until we reach the top corners, into which we'll double crochet 3 stitches in the same stitch to round off the corner, and just continue until you get to the first buttonhole marker. So now we're up to the buttonhole markers, so I'm gonna double crochet 1 and then chain 2, miss 2 stitches and double crochet into the next stitch, and then I'm going to double crochet to the next marker, and again chain 2, miss 2 stitches and double crochet to the next marker, chain 2, miss 2 stitches and double crochet into the next stitch, and then continue to crochet all the way around to the end and then back again, and repeat the row twice more. And when you come back to the chain 2s and miss 2s, just work a double crochet into each of the 2 chains, and that will create the buttonhole for you. So the next step, with the right side facing, is to rejoin the yarn to the middle of the sleeve underneath. And then work a treble crochet, sorry, half treble crochet. I do keep getting those mixed up. Half treble crochet into that stitch and into the next stitch, and the next, and just continue to work treble crochets into each stitch all around the armhole. And finish with a slip stitch into the first treble, and then begin the next row with a treble into the first treble, and continue around again until you get to the other side. So I said treble again, I meant half treble. So continue with half trebles all around, and then join with a slip stitch as before, and then do another 2 rounds. When you've done 4 rounds of treble crochet, finish with 1 round of double crochet and fasten off. And that will be your cardigan completed. And then all you need to do is weave in and trim all ends and sew on the buttons.